keeps getting crazier and crazier. The Dallas Mavericks won the NBA draft lottery. They have the #1 draft pick. Followed behind that is the San Antonio Spurs at the #2 pick. The Dallas Mavericks have a chance to acquire Cooper Flag, or they could trade that #1 pick and acquire someone like a Giannis. Who knows what this offseason is going to look like, because Rob Pelinka went out on his exit interview and said this is going to be the most aggressive offseason you're going to see in the NBA, the most aggressive free agency we are going to see in the NBA. Deondre Hawkins here with another Lakers Talk Daily presented by Pechanga Resort Casino. Play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, the official Native American resort and casino of the Los Angeles Lakers. Skip the traffic. Head on over to Pechanga Resort Casino just off the I-15 in Temecula. Visit Pechanga.com or call 888-PECHANGA for reservations and for more information. Look, everybody in the Western Conference is going to get better. The Dallas Mavericks are already going to get better. Yes, they still have injuries that they're dealing with, meaning Kyrie Irving is going to be out for majority of next season, but they still have a guy like Anthony Davis, great talent. They still got Daniel Gafford. They still got Derek Lively. They still have a good roster. With this #1 draft pick, there's no telling what the Mavericks can do. Yes, we understand it's a big conspiracy, how they acquired that #1 draft pick with only 1.8% chance. We get all that. But what I'm saying is we don't need to focus on that. What we need to focus on is that the Mavericks had a chance to even improve their roster. The San Antonio Spurs have a chance to improve their roster. Giannis has made it clear that he wants to play in a big market. And there's no telling where he wants to go. He wants to go to the Western Conference. The Western Conference is looking likely for him. Yes, he stated about the New York Knicks, possibly the Chicago Bulls getting in the mix. But if he was to come to the Western Conference, it's only going to get difficult for the Lakers. Teams are going to get better. The Lakers need to be aggressive this offseason. They got a lot of expiring contracts. Rui, Maxi Kleber, Gabe Vincent. I mean, there's a lot of expiring contracts for the Lakers. Dorian Finney-Smith, what is going to happen? Jackson Hayes is in the mix. The Lakers have to be aggressive, because when you look at the rest of the teams, in the Western Conference, the Denver Nuggets are going to be good. The Memphis Grizzlies, yes, they struggle, but they're still young. They're going to be good. The San Antonio Spurs, they finished the season off with a lot of injuries. They're going to be good. The Dallas Mavericks are going to be good. Every single team in the West. Look at the standings this year, and you're telling me that's not going to make a difference? If it's going to be a big difference next year? No, they're only going to get better. There's already reports that Kevin Durant and the Houston Rockets and that potential trade partner. Things are going to happen this offseason. Rob Pelinka already said this is going to be the most aggressive offseason we are going to see with this Lakers team. With that being said, I want to get into Austin Reaves. He has the ability to have a contract extension next year, which is a maximum of $82.9 million for 4 years. I want to talk about that. But before I do, I have to let my partners at Pechanga give you guys a quick word.
At Pechanga Resort Casino, you can rock and roll, sip and slide, twist and shout. Play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino, official Indian gaming sponsor of the Lakers.
As I teased, the Lakers, Austin Reaves is expected for next season to opt out of his contract, to be offered a maximum of an $82.9 million contract for the next 4 years if he was to opt out of his contract next season. We understand how Austin Reaves went down with the struggles he had in the playoffs against the Timberwolves. The matchups was not in his favor at all in that series. Rob Pelinka has nothing but trust in the big three of Luka Doncic, Austin Reaves, and LeBron James. How are you going to build off of that? What are you going to acquire if you do decide to stay in the Austin Reaves campaign? They need to be able to add. Rob Pelinka already said that he's going to be in there aggressive, finding a big man. There's a lot of limitations in the big man. Clint Capella, we know his name's been surfaced around. Steven Adams, we know his name has been surfaced around. I brought that up to George Sedano on yesterday's show about Steven Adams possibly being his name rumored around the Lakers. He said he may command a lot of money. The Lakers don't have that much to spend this offseason. So they're going to be very strategic, very critical on what move they're going to make. I gave a lot of credit to Rob Pelinka what he did in the trade deadline last season, as far as getting Dorian Finney-Smith, getting Deondre Russell out of here, getting Luka Doncic, barely having to trade anybody, and still be able to keep Austin Reaves in that Luka Doncic trade. But now, what are you going to add? You need a wing, a defending wing, one that can shoot the rock, but also one that can defend the other end of the floor. They need a rim running big and a rim protecting big. That's already been very clear what Rudy Gobert has done and what he did to the Lakers in this series. The Lakers are going to do that. I have no fear that they're going to do that. But the biggest thing is, if you want to get a super talented big, if you want to add another talented player with all those expiring contracts, you might have to consider listening to Austin Reaves being in that mix. And I understand. I'm a big advocate for Austin Reaves. I think has grown a lot being an undrafted guy. He has grown a lot in his years with the Lakers. And the Lakers had a lot of trust, and he built that trust with Lakers. And the fact that his name has been brought up as the third best player in the NBA, that's a crazy accomplishment for him to even have that brought up. And how is the development process going to be for Austin Reaves? He came in the post-game presser in that series against the Timberwolves and said, look, I know I wasn't good. I was actually awful. I know what to work on. I know what to improve on. I got to get stronger. I got to get tougher. I got to get a little bit quicker. I got to be able to defend, but I also got to be able to knock down shots. He knows what he's going to work on this offseason. But what I'm saying is that why the Lakers need to listen is because teams value Austin Reaves. Teams want a guy like Austin Reaves. So if you can get something really, really good, just saying you might have to listen doesn't mean you need to be aggressive and take the deal that comes first in hand, which I don't think Rob Pelinka and the Lakers will do. But at least hear what the offers could be and what you could acquire if you do throw Austin Reaves in the mix. Again, next season he's able to opt out and demand more money with that $82.9 million for 4 years. Let's see what the Lakers are going to do. My biggest thing with this episode is the Lakers have to be aggressive. Watching all these teams, Oklahoma City Thunder, that team is talented, man. And they're going to be good for the next couple years. Denver Nuggets, again, really, really good. The Timberwolves, they're going to keep that same core. They're going to be good. Golden State Warriors, they acquired Jimmy Butler in that trade deadline. They're going to look to add on this offseason. What are the Lakers going to do to match and be better than this season for next season? What are they going to do? And I guarantee you, if Rob Pelinka does not make any great move, any move that can enhance this team, there's going to be a lot of upset LA fans. The LA fan base is going to be upset if the Lakers are not aggressive enough to make a move to enhance this roster. But can't wait to talk to you guys tomorrow. I appreciate you guys tuning in. We out.